the WPT, no player has ever won the same title twice. But that could all change as an unlikely champ tries to do what has never been done before. Tonight in Mississippi, it's a run for the record books, and it's only on the WPT.
We started 4 days ago with 214 players. We are now down to our final 6. Our winner's going to take home over $600,000.
That's right, but they will also get 1,200 points in the WPT Player of the Year race. All right, we're about to get started. Blinds are starting at 5 and 10,000. Antes are 1,000. Let's go watch the bluffing begin.
Well, action's going to start on 27-year-old poker pro to Tallahassee, Leif Force. He lays his hand down.
Ryan Hughes now with a 6-4 of hearts, going to raise, makes it 23,000 to go.
Well, Ryan will be the most aggressive player at this table for sure tonight. You see it right there, raising with 6 high.
Shannon Shorr out, and now our WPT champion, Alan Carter, with just a 9-8 of hearts.
Oh, but look at this, Vince. He's not calling. He is 3-betting it here. Makes it 78,000 to go with the 9-8.
The Russian goes home. Pat Mahoney not going to play.
And Ryan folds as well, so a nice over-the-top raise by Alan Carter there. And Vince, this guy gunning for his 2nd title here tonight in this event.
All right, back to the hand. Leif Force goes away. Ryan Hughes now with a 9-8 has raised. Makes it 23,000 to go.
Well, he raised the last hand with 6 high. Raises this time with 9 high.
Been folded around to Pat Mahoney, who has a queen 10 of spades.
Well, Pat's on the short stack here at this final table, so he knows he's going to make something happen, so he's going to call here. Oh, and a good thing he did is it comes queen 10 deuce. Pat's got the top 2 pair, but notice that Ryan has a straight draw and a flush draw. So one has a big hand, the other has a big drawing hand. Could see fireworks.
Oh, incredible. Yep, Ryan has bet. Pat's coming back over the top, makes it 68,000. And a re-raise there by Ryan.
Well, Vince, both players have a hand to get all the money in with, that's for sure.
I'm all in.
Whoa.
Oh.
And there you go.
All in, call, Mike.
That top 2.
Well, you can't blame either one of them. With these hands, we're getting the money in there.
Pat Mahoney winces. His life on the line right now, but he is out in front with queens and 10s. What an amazing hand.
Well, the 2-time bracelet winner at the World Series of Poker, Ryan Hughes, looking for a diamond or a jack right now. And hits the jack of diamonds on the turn.
10 of diamonds.
Well, Pat Mahoney up against it now. He ran cross-country and track in college at North Dakota.
10 of diamonds.
And right now, if he doesn't catch a queen or a 10, it's not the 10 of diamonds. He's going to be running out of here in 6th place.
Yes!
Oh, he's done it.
He did it.
The queen comes off. He's made the full house to stay alive.
That is ridiculous.
The crowd can't believe it. What drama there. Great flop for both players. Ryan hits his flush on the turn. His opponent makes the full house on the river. And there is a seesaw battle of emotions, folks, right there. Only 4 guys in the history of the WPT have had a chance to do that. And those are big names. Gus Hansen, Daniel Negreanu, Nick Schulman, and the Nad Medic. Can Allen do it? Those guys failed.
To the feld, a couple folds, and now Alan Carter with just a 10-8 has raised, makes it 25,000 to go.
Right behind him, the chip leader, Alex, looks down at an ace-5 offsuit. Notice how Allen is eyeing him.
Alex has re-raised, makes it 66,000 to go. Pat Mahoney out. Leif Force not going to play.
So back to Allen. Oh, and look at this, Vince. He is coming back over the top of the Russian.
With a 10-8, he makes it 175.
Well, Vince, what can you say about this family man that you think would play quietly? Here he's 4-bet with 10 high. He's definitely going for the title.
Good job.
Alan Carter is looser than a soccer mom drinking eggnog. All right, a bunch of folds and Pat Mahoney out. Leif out. But now it's up to Ryan Hughes here in a small blind. He's just got a 7-4.
22.
But he's going to move it up to 22,000 to go.
We've seen him raise it with 9 high and now with 7 high.
Shannon Shorr with a Jack-10. He's in the big blind.
Now Shannon very aware that this guy could raise with any 2 cards.
And he is going to make the call. So we have Jack-10 up against 7-4.
Well, this is the battle of the blinds. And it comes Jack-9-4. Ryan has got bottom pair. Shannon has flop top pair.
Ryan immediately bets 31,000. with 4s, and now Shannon, who hit top pair, is getting out raising chips. Makes it 74,000 to go. Back on Ryan. Does he realize the jig is up?
Well, you would think it's an easy laydown,
Whoa.
Vince.
Call.
But forget the easy laydown. He has moved all in.
Shannon has called. Ryan is a kamikaze pilot, and now he's in a bit of trouble.
Well, Vince, we know he's a super aggressive player, but this is over aggressive in my opinion. But let's see if it works out for him. Looking for a 4 or 7. Well, 8 of clubs comes off. That gives him a straight draw. Ryan can now catch a 10 to make it straight. Club won't help him because Shannon will have a bigger flush.
No. Go home. Go home.
Down to the river for Ryan Hughes, 30 years old, out of Chandler, Arizona. He's won 2 World Series of poker bracelets. He's an extreme kamikaze. Can he get really lucky here? No, not to be.
Well, he makes the flush, but it's not big enough. Shannon's flush is higher, and that's going to do it for the ever-aggressive Ryan Hughes. The pedal to the metal tactics didn't work tonight out in 6th place.
Yeah, got to pick up 89,000. Easy come, easy go. We're down to 5.
And Shannon Shorr happy to take down that pot. We've seen him at a final table before. He is back. He can be a force to be reckoned with.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Five players remain, and the blinds are going up to 6 and 12,000.
Current leader is the Russian Alex Kuzmin. Right on his tail, former WPT champ and winner of this event, Alan Carter.
All right, Pat Mahoney, quick fold. Leif Force, not going to play. Also, Shannon Shorr will throw away his hand. It's up to Alan Carter.
Well, Alan Carter in the small blind looks down at Jack 4 diamonds. He's going to raise it to 30,000.
Into the Russian Alex Kuzmin. He's got a 9 deuce of diamonds, and look at that. With that junk, he is going to re-raise. Makes it 80,000 to go.
Well, these chip leaders aren't afraid to clash with each other. That's pretty obvious. Raising and re-raising with these hands.
Wow, 9 deuce of diamonds up against Jack 4 of diamonds. 2 imposters.
Alan's made the call, and here's the flop. Ace 8-4 with 2 diamonds. Huge flop for Alan Carter. He's flopped a pair and a flush draw.
Alan's checked it. Kuzmin betting 52,000 and a re-raise by Alan Carter. Going up to 125,000. Kuzmin says he wants more. He re-raises.
Well, incredible. This could spell big trouble with a capital T for the Russian here.
The Russian has doubled it, made it 250, and Carter, he's saying, I'm going to re-raise again.
Well, everybody getting on their feet now because this pot is swilling up big time. You just don't see this often, folks.
What we really don't see often is this guy now going all in. But I'd love to see it.
Well, the Russian is going to make the call. Now there's over $1.1 million in the pot.
We've got action, and a turn card is a jack that makes 2 pair for Alan Carter.
And it also makes the Russian drawing completely dead.
$500,000 Alan Carter's bet.
He has a monster hand now. 2 pair and a flush draw. And he's going to take down this pot. Alan Carter now the huge chip leader at this final table.
Alan Carter's wife, Mary Jane, on the rail. Very excited. Nicely done, Alan.
Meantime, action's been folding around to Shannon Shorr on the button, and he's raised it to 30,000 with the king deuce.
Alan Carter out, and now Kuzmin with king queen. Gonna re-raise.
He makes it 85,000 to go, and Shannon Shorr makes the call.
Nice pot building.
So here comes the flop. The flop has come Jack, Jack 10 with 2 hearts. Alex has flopped an open-end straight draw, and he's reaching for chips. He's going to bet 70,000.
Shannon has nothing.
Yeah, no hand and no draw, yet he's re-raising here to 170,000.
You look at the Russian. I think, you know, he's a cross between Mick Jagger and Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, I wouldn't have made that combination. You get part of it right.
I'm seeing both of them. I don't know.
Let's see what he's going to do here. He's going to make the call.
To the discomfort here of Shannon, here's the turn card, 7 of diamonds.
Now the Russian checks. Will Shannon fire another shell with nothing? Yes, he's doing it. 225,000, and it's going to win him the pot, Vince. Vince, the Russian running a little cold right now.
Well, he's not winning this Cold War tonight so far. And he come back.
So the Alabama man, Shannon Shorr, you might say it's roll tide right now for him.
Chip leader Alan Carter right behind him with an ace-10.
Now just calls, give Shannon respect. Doesn't 3-bet him. And right behind him, and the Russian also picks up ace-10. He also makes the call.
Now Pat Mahoney from Lakeland, Tennessee, 26 years old, folds. And Shannon checks his kings once again. Here we go to the flop.
And the flop comes 10-9 deuce, all hearts. Nobody has a heart, but 2 players have top pair and top kicker. Shannon has the overpair with 2 kings, and he's going to bet 61,000.
Yeah, with a quick call by Alan Carter. Kuzmin going away.
And the Russian throwing his pair away. 4 clubs on the turn. So Shannon thinks his kings are out in front. Indeed they are. He bets 141,000, and again is quickly called by Alan Carter.
Yeah, Carter with no heart here. Needs to get lucky, and he does so with an ace on the river.
Well, he's made the top 2 pair, aces and 10s. Shannon checks on the river.
And Alan Carter getting chips out with his aces up, yeah.
And a lot of chips, Vince. That's a $500,000. That's a pot-sized bet here. And there you see the agony and the look on the face of Shannon Shorr, cracking the knuckles.
Can't crack those knuckles hard enough.
Look at him wincing, Vince. And his problem is you're not going to put your opponent, Alan Carter, on the ace of hearts, meaning he wouldn't have paired that card. Had he had the ace of hearts, he was going to raise on the flop if he'd had the nut flush draw. That didn't happen. So if you put your opponent on an ace, what could he have with an ace that he would have been calling all the way down through this hand? Some kind of pair. Ace-10, ace-9, perhaps.
I'll start grimacing here in a minute. Ooh.
Shannon really has a problem here, folks. And I can understand the problem.
Call.
And he's made the call. And there goes a $500,000 more of his stack. Alan Carter takes a big step toward winning this event twice, Vince. No player in history has ever done that. Alan Carter, now the big chip leader at this final table.
And Shannon Shorr gets thrown down the river right there, the Mississippi. That is a tough one. Whew. Things going Alan Carter's way. Blinds are going up to 8 and 16. Back to this hand, Alan this time with an ace-8, and he is calling it. Russian out, Pat Mahoney ejects his hand, but Leif Force.
Well, Leif's got the 6-5 of diamonds, the suited connectors you like to see flops with.
Shannon checks. He's in the big blind. Well, the flop comes up 8-8-7. 3 of a kind for Alan Carter. Shannon Shorr with 7s, and Leif Force with an open-ended straight draw.
Well, action's on Leif. He checks. Shannon checks right behind him.
Alan's bet 50,000.
This hand was not raised before the flop, and it may work out well for Alan.
Leif with a call. Shannon going away. Here comes the turn.
Good fold by Shannon. 9 of hearts on the turn. Leif Force has made it straight. He checks. Alan Carter going to bet 150,000. Leif looks like he's agonizing here. He caught the dream card. His opponent's got a full house. You're just broke here. But certainly, you're going to have to play the straight.
Come on.
He now goes all in. Alan's turn to wince now.
Is this the best acting job ever? Or is this because I got 8?
Vince, obviously pot committed, only another 271,000.
I call.
Over 700,000 in the pot, so he does make the call.
Yeah, Leif Force out in front. This could be his last hand he plays here at Beau Rivage if things turn ugly on the river.
Hey! No funny stuff? No funny business.
Third of the deck, man.
Well, if the board should pair, Alan Carter will have knocked out Leif Force.
Well, he can catch an ace and win it as well.
Yes.
Doesn't happen as a 6 comes off.
Baby!
So Leif Force has doubled up here. Leif got in this tournament on a $500 satellite. What a parlay this guy could make.
That's how you use the force right there.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
But to the felt we go. Pat Mahoney this time. The 26-year-old out of Tennessee has a queen jack, and he's going to make it $35,000. Leif out, Shannon out as well. Alan Carter not going to play.
So down to the big blind, and the Russian Alex Kuzmin finds 2 jacks, and happy to find them.
Yeah, and he's going to raise, makes it $105,000 to go. Back in Pat Mahoney's face.
Well, Pat, who's played very conservative so far. What's he going to do now?
Pat is a professional player, only 26 years old.
Well, he's seen this Russian come over the top and then lay his hand down time and time again. So he re-raised it, but this time the Russian moves all in quickly, and Pat moves all out.
Yeah, Pat mucks very quickly. This Russian means business. A couple folds around to Shannon Shorr. He has 9s. He's raised to 48, but Alan Carter has re-raised with a pair of 8s. Makes it 150 to go. Kuzmin out.
All in. Good call.
Well, Shannon's gone all in and quickly gets called, and Shannon is going to love it when he sees this scenario. It's thumbs up to his friends and family. He's got 2 9s versus 2 8s, and also has his opponent's flush cards cut off, meaning that Alan Carter cannot make a flush to win this hand.
So Shannon Shorr with a big chance to double up. He's on a short stack, his second WPT final table.
Well, you can't get it in much better than this before the flop, pair over pair.
And the flop comes up 10-7-3. That's good for Shannon Shorr. His 9s still out in front. No problems. Turn card coming up.
Well, the 7 comes off, so we're down to the river. Alan Carter is a 2-outer. Must catch an 8 on the river to win this pot.
I'll make you flip.
Otherwise, Shannon Shorr will double
Shannon,
up.
come on, Shannon. Right here.
Shannon's mom rooting him on.
Well, the deuce comes off. Mr. Alabama, Shannon Shorr, doubling up to stay alive. Much to the joy of his mom, dad, and sister who are here to watch him play tonight.
All right, back to the table. Alan Carter is our chip leader. It's on Pat Mahoney, and he picks up the Cowboys' pair of kings.
Yeah, beautiful hand for Pat.
Pat Mahoney making it $46,000. And look at this, right behind him. Leif Force has picked up queens. Oh, boy.
2 huge hands. Leif is going to raise it to $125,000.
Shannon out. Alan Carter also going away. Kuzmin won't play. Back on Pat. And Pat's coming back with the raise, of course.
Come on. Call.
But a quick all-in bet by Leif Force.
And a quick call by Pat Mahoney.
What a hand. 2 buddies.
Slow roll.
Well, it's kings versus queens.
Good luck, buddy.
Leif Force in trouble now. Well, a bit of a migraine headache time for Leif Force right now. He was homeschooled. His parents taught him poker so he could learn math.
That's cooler, man.
And he is shaking his head right now. He can't believe it.
Well, he's the only guy in history that won over $1 million in a poker tournament when he finished the 11th. That was back at the 2006 main event of poker. But right now, he's on the ropes with his 2 queens versus 2 kings. And the flop doesn't help him as it comes jack, 6, deuce.
Yeah, Pat Mahoney out in front. This is a player that started playing poker when he had trouble finding work. And right now, he's in a great place to double up against his buddy.
Well, he makes 3 kings on the turn, but it's the king of spade, which gives Leif a flush draw.
No funny stuff.
So any spade other than the deuce of spade will win this pot for Leif Force.
It is never easy.
Do it.
Let's see the river card.
Spade.
And a 7 of spades goes off. There you see the torture and pain of Pat Mahoney.
What a horrible experience there for Pat Mahoney, our 5th place finisher. He'll take home $113,000, but what drama, what a way to go out. Suck out time here for revanche.
There's nothing you can do about that if you're Pat Mahoney, except say to the poker guys, why me, why now? Unbelievable tough luck. Kings versus queens all in. And now you're heading toward the door.
So that's going to do it for the college track star. Pat Mahoney going to run out of here in 5th place, and we are down to 4.
And Vince, if you're sitting in Leif Force's seat, you're saying, hey, this is going to be my night. When you take a hand like 2 queens and beat 2 kings, you think today is your day.
Back to this hand, Leif Force now with ace-9 has raised to $54,000. Right behind him, Shannon with an ace-queen.
Shannon's going to re-raise it.
An additional 100,000, Allen out.
Come on.
Leif Force is going all in.
Call.
And he's quickly called by Shannon. And Vince, just as quick as Leif Force picked up those chips a moment ago, he could give them back right here to Shannon Shorr.
Shannon only had a little bit more than 600,000. Leif just wanted to muscle him out. Maybe the wrong time to muscle.
No 9.
No 9.
Maybe he got a little bit too confident, in my opinion, from winning that last pot. Coming from left field, can he do it again? Well, flop comes ace-jack-8. So far, so good for Shannon. Just got to dodge a 9 or 2 running cards to make a straight to double up here.
Shannon in good shape with his kicker. 4 diamonds on the turn. No help there to Leif.
Well, we are down to the river card.
Come on, Shannon!
Leif must catch a 9 to win the pot. Otherwise, Shannon will double up. Well, an 8 comes off. But Shannon wins this because it was close to a 9.
So Shannon Shorr's ace-queen will hold up. And the Shorr family truly excited on the rail as Shannon goes to them.
And Vince, who knows? It could be roll tide tonight.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There you see Alan Carter with $2.8 million out in front. You also see the winner tonight, you're going to take home over $600,000.
That's right. The antes are 3,000, blinds are 10 and 20.
Now action's going to be on the Russian Alex Kuzmin. He's now the short stack, came to this final table as the chip leader. Folds here, as is Leif Force. Down to the battle of the blinds, the 2 chip leaders here. Shannon picks up the ace-10 of diamonds. Nice hand in the small blind. He's going to raise it. Makes it 60,000 to go.
But look at this, Alan Carter with the pair of jacks. He is going to move it up to 170,000.
And Vince, if there's anybody but the chip leader, good chance Shannon might re-raise here with the ace-10 suited, but he opts to just call. Here comes a flop. Queen-9 deuce with 2 clubs. No help to Shannon. He checks.
And Allen with the jacks, making the bet, 200,000. Into Shannon, nothing hitting for Shannon.
We've seen Shannon make some plays without a hand, without a draw earlier at this final table, but not going to do it against the chip leader, and probably wisely so. Allen showing him the 2 jacks.
Could have gotten ugly.
Oh, yeah? You have something?
And Shannon thinking, wow, you know, maybe I could have lost more in that hand, so all in all, not too bad.
He got half the chips. He's on his way, so close, but let's go back to this hand. Allen out. Alex with a pair of kings has moved it up to 50,000 to go. Leif out. Shannon Shorr, though.
Yeah, Shannon going to make the call out of the big blind with the ace-6 of diamonds.
Flop comes up jack, 10, 5, 2 diamonds.
Shannon has flopped a nut flush draw. He's going to lead right out and bet.
77,000. But the Russian wants to protect his kings. He raises, makes it 230,000 to go.
All in.
Whoa.
Well, Shannon going all in with the nut flush draw.
Call.
And a call by the Russian.
Well, Shannon knows he's in a little trouble now. Going to have to catch an ace or a diamond to win this pot. Otherwise, he's going to double the Russian up. So all is quiet in the house.
Black baby.
They are pulling for their man Shannon. Now a king comes off on the turn. That gives the Russian 3 kings.
Black, small.
Which means an ace won't win it now for Shannon, but a queen would. It would give him an ace-high straight. So he needs a diamond or a queen to win this pot.
Yes.
Doesn't happen as the 10 comes off. And that was a deep, deep hit for the man from Alabama, Shannon Shorr.
Well, Alex Kuzmin came in as the chip leader. Didn't have any luck until now. That could turn things around. Shannon Shorr in a lot of trouble.
Well, Shannon on the extreme short stack. Just over 10 big blinds left. He's got to have to make something happen soon.
Leif has gone out.
All in.
Now Shannon Shorr has gone all in with the king 4.
Just gambling with the king high, but Alan Carter has him dominated with the king 9 of diamonds here. But lays it down. Probably lucky for Shannon he did. The Russian goes out. So Shannon Shorr picking up the blinds and antes. He is short stack, but not done yet.
You're the man now. You're the man.
There is Shannon's mom, Debbie. Not losing hope, even though Shannon is on that extreme short stack right now. The blinds are going up to 12 and 24,000. Annie's 4,000. More expensive as the Russian quickly folds. Leif also out, and now Shannon.
All in.
And there goes Shannon again. He says all in.
Got a jack 7 offsuit.
I call.
But behind him, Allen with queen jack says he's going to call.
Oh, what a call by Allen here with the queen jack. He could well afford to make the call, but still not easy to do where you might double up a guy like Shannon with just queen high.
Shannon up on his feet. This is his second WPT final table. Can he get lucky here?
It's come ace 9-3.
Not good for Shannon.
He's going to have to catch a walking stick. Needs a 7 or he'll be walking out of here in 4th place.
The pretty lady up there.
There's Alan's wife, Mary Jane, still believing. Here's the turn card.
The queen comes off, well, that does it. Shannon Shorr drawing dead. Good sportsmanship by Shannon. Handshakes all around. And Vince, his tale tonight was
Good luck.
he gambled with that nut flush draw and the overcard. Didn't pay off for him. He's out tonight in 4th place.
Do you regret calling with that flush draw?
No, that's the correct line. Is to bet and then 3-bet all in there. I had fold equity. He can have a draw and stuff too. So it's the correct line. I guess it is what it is. If I get there, it could be a different story. But I was lucky to have 3 hands hold today too. So it is what it is.
Well, Vince, that's going to do it for Shannon Shorr tonight, but I guarantee you we're going to see plenty more of him out here on the World Poker Tour.
He's a fine player, picking up 144,000, but has to say goodbye. We're down to 3 players. Right to the table we go. 3-handed poker, and Alan Carter with a pair of queens. And he has raised, makes it 65,000 to go, but the Russian behind him with ace-king.
Oh, he just calls, Vince. Does not re-raise with the ace-king in this spot. I'm shocked by that.
Leif out. So 2 big hands.
Now flop comes 9-7-3. No help for the Russian. He checks. Allen with the 2 queens, of course, is going to bet 100,000. But Alex calls him.
4th Street coming up.
Oh, the ace comes off. The Russian now out in front with the 2 aces.
And he's going to check it.
Well, another 100,000 bet by Alan Carter. I like this size bet. Gives him a chance to find out where he's at a pretty cheap price here.
And the Russian Kuzmin with the check raise, of course, with the aces, makes it 400,000 to go. This is how the Cold War started.
Let's see if Allen can get away from the 2 queens now. He got check raised on the turn. And he is going to make the laydown, and a good laydown it is. And Vince, by not re-rating before the flop and perhaps getting all the money in there pre-flop, the Russian, turns out, probably gave up a great shot to double up there.
You've either got really lucky or great bluff, one or the other.
Boss.
I think I had you crushed.
Did before that ace came up, that's for sure.
Not sure. I'll get to see it, though.
I'm thinking about the same.
It either saved me a lot of money or made you a lot of money. I'm not sure.
Okay, back to the action. On chip leader Alan Carter, he folds on the button.
I like to play heads up with the Russians.
I like his.
Now it is on the Russian. He's got a pair of sevens here.
He's in a small blind.
I did not have glasses. Hold on.
I see you anyway.
Yeah, Leif puts on the Unabomber outfit, puts the hood on. But Kuzmin with the sevens, going to make it 75,000. See what Leif has.
Ooh. Oh, he's got 2 6s.
Just call.
I got that bet. Seems like a good idea.
Leif taking the conservative route, just makes the call.
You never know what will happen when that flop comes out. Oh, yeah, for sure. Check.
Kuzmin has checked his open-ended straight draw now and sevens, and so does Leif.
And now a 6 comes off on the turn. This gives Alex a straight, but it gives Leif Force 3 of a kind.
Whoa.
Russian.
And the Russian coming out with a bet, looks like 80,000. But Leif just calling, not going to pop it.
Does not re-raise with 3 of a kind after everybody checked on the flop. I'm a little surprised by that.
Ace on the river.
And look at this. Now a healthy bet by the Russian here. He's betting 425,000 into a pot that has just over 300,000 in it. Vince, I don't know how you get away from 3 6s the way this hand was played after it got checked on the flop.
This is very callable, but no! He makes a great lay down. He folds the hand.
Unbelievable, Vince. The guy lost 150,000 in a pot where many players would have gone broke.
This Russian means business.
That was interesting.
Second place right now, the Russian Alex Kuzmin that you see here with 2 8s. And he is going to raise it up and make it 50,000 to go.
And he gets a call by Leif with King Queen and Alan Carter. He's priced in with a 10-8. And so we have 3-way action. Here comes the flop.
Oh, and Alan has flopped top pairs. It comes 10-9-5. So he now has the best hand.
Leif has checked. Alan's going to bet 85,000 with the 10s.
Now Alex lays down the 2 8s.
Come on, man.
And look at this.
What you got?
Leif Force has check raised all in with a gut shot straight draw.
We got draw.
Also has 2 overcards.
It's possible.
Now it's only about 700,000 more there for Alan. You got top pair, but you're playing a guy that hasn't played too many hands tonight.
You're right, Alan, very well aware that this guy's a very tight player. Hadn't seen him make any moves so far. And now all of a sudden he's check raised all in, and you just have 2 10s with a weak kicker.
I think you can beat my 10, can't you?
I don't know.
Boy. Alan, whoa, look at this. He's showing the card. He's not going to call this.
He's not calling it because of how tight that Leif Force has played at this final table.
Just a brilliant check and raise by this Leif. This kid is some player.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
All right, action going to Alan. He's got a big hand, ace-king with the button. 75,000 to go. The Russian folds.
Leif Force looks down at the king 9 out of the big blind. He's going to make the call, knowing Alan could be raising with any 2 cards.
Here comes the flop.
And what a call it is. Leif Force has flopped 2 pair to take the lead. He checks. Alan with top pair and top kicker. Fires out 125,000.
And Leif says all in.
Could be sick. Is this sick?
I don't know. You got a big one?
Yep.
Good luck.
Well, Alan Carter faced with a tough decision here.
Might be time for me to go home. I don't know.
His opponent could have a flush draw and make this play.
I call.
He's going to make the call, but he is not going to like it. As the cards lie, needs an ace or a queen to win this pot. Leif Force in great shape to double up here, and he knows it.
Wow.
Leif Force was homeschooled. Parents taught him how to play poker so he could learn math.
No. Care Bear's in the middle.
And Leif has put that Care Bear
Care Bear's in the middle.
in the middle of the table for luck.
9 on the river? That sounds good. No?
No, you don't like that at all, sorry.
How about 9 on the turn, queen the river?
No.
I'm trying to work with y'all.
You know, he's talking to Alan Carter's wife.
I wonder if Alan gets the bear if he wins the pot.
A lot of drama in this hand.
I'll take a 2-2.
Let's go, dealer.
How about a 2-2?
Come on. Yes.
Well, an 8 comes off a 2-2, won't do it.
One more ace?
Alan needs an ace or a queen to win this pot. Nothing else will do.
8, queen, or ace?
What's an 8-2?
Leif a little punchy right now as he goes to Alan Carter.
Drooling on his shoulder here. Alan might give him an elbow to the gut here in a minute.
Brick for that girl.
Leif's 2 pair still in front. Can it stay there?
5 of clubs comes off. Leif Force coming back to sit down. He is doubled up.
Fine.
The 27-year-old is making it work here tonight, going after his first title ever on the World Poker Tour. He's getting closer.
And if he wins this tournament, there's a lot of Care Bears we see for card cappers in the future. Alan Carter, who's been the massive chip leader most of the time at this final table, now finds himself in 3rd place.
Yeah, look at this. Alan Carter has picked up a pair of kings on the very next hand.
A master hand for Alan here after taking that tough beat a minute ago when he had ace-king against king-9.
He's raised it to 75,000. The Russian folds.
And Leif picks up a pair of 5s. Just opts to call out of the blind.
Doesn't push. He's very conservative before the flop. This Leif Force. Let's see if this one pays off.
The flop comes Jack 4 deuce. Leif checks incredibly to me. Alan checks right behind him, trying to camouflage the strength of his hand, but not crazy about that play, and here's why. An ace has now popped off where you could be beat.
Leif checks again, and now Alan's going to bet finally.
Well, Leif has the 2 5s and the straight draw, so he makes the call.
So Alan, little does he know, but he's nicely in front, but not now. A 5 on the river, 3 of a kind for Leif. He's going to bet 230,000.
Leif, you can go buy lotto tickets, dude. It's ridiculous.
Alan getting frustrated as he lays down his hand.
And he turns the face up and shows him the 2 kings, man. And you just wonder if Alan Carter feels that his opportunity for that 2nd title sort of slipping away right now.
Ask Leif. Just whatever he picks, do it.
Well, Leif is playing some excellent poker, some good momentum.
We're down to 3 players at Beau Rivage.
And the blinds are going up to 20 and 40,000.
You know, Alex is currently our chip leader with over 3 million in chips. He's going to raise it, makes it 80,000 to go.
Leif out Alan Carter with a Jack 7. Gonna make the call.
And he's got 2 hearts. And a gamble with this hand. Now flop comes 6 5 4.
Alan checks. Alex is gonna bet 100,000, but a quick call.
Both players with the open in the straight draw. Alex with the best hand with ace high. Now the 10 of hearts comes off. This gives Alan a flush draw as well as a straight draw. He's going to check. And now 200,000, the bet by the Russian on the turn.
Come on, man.
Whoa, check and raise by Alan. He says all in.
Now just an amazing play here. What we call a semi-bluff. He's got a big drawing hand, a straight draw, a flush draw. His opponent has the best hand. You know, right now, Alex is saying to himself, why did I bet there? Why didn't I just take a free card off where I could have made a straight or something to win the pot with?
Well, the Russian only with ace high, but he looks frustrated by this move. Nice, strong re-raise by Alan, and it's going to work.
A great play by Alan Carter right there. Love that semi-bluff all-in bet to take down that pot.
All right. Leif Force, 27 years old, out of Florida. Professional poker player, first to act. He'll fold his hand. Now Alan has raised to 100,000.
Alan with the Jack-9 offsuit. Alex with a big hand here. Ace-queen suited.
Makes it 275.
Come on in.
And Alan goes all in here for 1.7 million.
How much left?
He's just taking a stab that Alex doesn't have much, but we know he has a lot. He has ace-queen of diamonds. And the Russian is going to call him.
All right, let's get lucky.
Yeah, Alan Carter took a stab. We're just hoping his opponent had something like ace-8 where he might throw the hand away.
Ace-queen.
Unfortunately for Allen, the Russian had ace-queen suited and made the call.
No, we're due, we're due.
Allen's wife saying we're due. We will see. His chance of becoming a two-time WPT winner, well...
I got another out. I got an 8.
The flop comes up 10-7 deuce. Inside straight draw there for Alan Carter.
He would give him a straight.
I need ace of hearts.
Jack of 9 would give him a lead. He can also backdoor a club flush.
Alan's wife, Mary Chain, cheering him on.
Well, the Jack of Diamonds comes off. Alan Carter is taking lead with 2 jacks.
Diamond, diamond.
He is far from over because Alex has a straight draw, a flush draw, and 2 overcards.
Black, please.
Pretty amazing for Alan Carter. 1 card away from doubling up.
Keep it low and black.
Right now, Alan Carter is out in front with 2 jacks. He's got to dodge an ace, a king, a queen, or a diamond. Here it comes.
Oh.
It's a 10 of diamonds comes off. Alex has made the flush. Alex is going to win this pot and eliminate Alan Carter from this tournament. So Alan Carter's dreams of becoming a 2-time WPT champ in the same event, a feat no other player in the history of the World Poker Tour has done, is not going to happen tonight.
Thank you, thank you.
218,000 richer. A big effort by Alan Carter, but not to be. And just like that, we are down to 2.
We're here at 3rd place finisher Alan Carter. He came so close to history. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, you know, I feel very satisfied with the tournament. Right now, there's no regrets because I don't really feel like there were many mistakes made, and I played well.
Can you talk a little bit about the support of the family and friends that you have here?
I think it's really cool when you get the 17 friends to show up and family to come by, you know, to come from Dallas and check this thing out. So, you know, so that's obviously one of the comforting factors, you know, for later. So.
Well, another outstanding finish for you here at the Beau Rivage, and I'm sure we'll see you again on the tour.
Yep. Thank you.
Heads up play. Alex Kuzmin out in front with 4.5 million. Leif Force with 1.9 million.
First hand, Alex Kuzmin with a queen 9 of clubs, going to raise it to 100,000. Leif there with a 10-7 has made the call. Here we go with the flop.
And the flop comes 10-8-4.
Beautiful for Leif. He checks his 10s.
He's got top pair. I'm assuming he's going to check raise here. His opponent's got a gut shot straight draw.
But no, Alex bets 100 and Leif just calls. Kind of surprising.
Does not raise. Now an ace comes off. So no longer does Leif have the top pair, so he checks.
And Kuzmin very aggressive. Looks like he's going to take another shot at this with just queen high. Yeah, 225,000.
Well, here Leif makes the good call because he's still out in front as the cards lie. The Russian must catch a queen or a jack to actually win the pot with the best hand. And a queen comes off on the river.
Well, Leif is going to check, and Alex is going to stick out 250,000. And Leif has had enough, and he's going to let the Russian take down pot number 1 here in the heads-up action.
Well, Vince, I can't blame anybody but himself for losing that pot. He could have raised it on the flop, and that would have won the pot for him, and he did not do it.
Well, that he could have.
I think when you flop top pair playing heads up, you got to get a raise in there. Leif didn't do it. May have cost him.
All right, this time he's got king 10, and Leif is going to raise to 140. Alex, though, has an ace-queen, and the 33-year-old makes it 375,000 to go. Leif's going to call.
Well, Leif's going to gamble with the king 10. And what a good gamble it looks like as Leif Force has flopped 3 kings here. It's come king, king, jack.
Alex bets 225. Leif just calling.
The only way the Russian can win is if it comes ace, ace. Exactly. Nothing else will do.
Well, the 4 clubs on the turn.
Now the Russian checks.
Yeah, he finally checks. And now Leif's going to take control with his 3 of a kind, betting 350.
The Russian drawn completely dead here. No card he can catch to win this pot, yet here he is calling. So nearly 2 million in this pot now. Now 6 of hearts comes off. And the Russian checks, and Leif's only got about a $500,000 left.
Come on.
I'm sure he's going to ship it, which he does. 2.5 million out there now. It costs you 500,000 to call. Now you only have ace high, but still.
Now this is kind of unusual. Hearing a grown man hum at the poker table.
Look at this, Vince. The Russian asked for a little silence here while he's trying to think what to do.
Who the hell are you?
And Leif turns up the volume. Now, I think Leif's making a mistake here. Giggling, laughing to his friends.
I'm telling you to shut up.
Very obvious he has a hand here and he's not bluffing.
He's telling me to shut up. We're not even talking. We're not even talking.
And the more he acts like this, the easier it's going to be for Alex to get away from his hand.
Okay, one time fold.
And he does lay it down, and I think Leif made a tactical error there by giggling and cutting up with the crowd before the hand was over with.
So Mike Sexton picked
there by giggling and cutting up with the crowd before the hand was over with.
So Mike Sexton picking up tells here from the booth. We're coming back with more heads-up play in just a moment here on the WPT. Alex Kuzmin out in front with about $4 million. Leif Force with 2.4. The antes are going up to 10,000. The blinds are 40 and 80. Here we go.
Well, Leif Force is closing the gap, though, Vince. He's on the comeback trail. He limps in on the button with the queen-jack.
But a big hand for Alex here. He has ace-king. He's going up the elevator with the raise. Makes it 245,000.
Leif's going to make the call, so we're going to see a flop here.
Quality cards, ace-king against queen-jack.
Oh, here comes the hood. There you go, Leif. Get back to your old style. Don't give in.
Maybe that'll bring him luck. Here we go.
Well, Leif's style is playing tight and conservative.
Nothing on the flop. 4-3 deuce. A bet by Kuzmin. 225. Leif Force gets stubborn. He sticks around.
Going against his grain here, I think, by calling with the queen-jack when it comes 4 high.
Now the 4 hits. Pairs the board. Russian's going to slow down checks.
Well, Leif is going to bluff at this pot. He bets 450,000. Alex calls him with just ace high here. Does have the straight draw, but thinks the ace-king is the best hand, which in fact it is. And now an ace comes off. Now Alex has got aces up with the biggest kicker possible, but afraid his opponent might have a 5 in his hand, might have made a straight.
Well, he's checked, and guess who's buying it? Leif Force is going to bet. He's going to try to bluff it at 700,000.
Well, Alex shaking his head no, but putting his chips in there. He'll be shaking his head yes shortly. And this pot has over 3.2 million in it. Well, Leif shaking his head no. Why did I get away from my style of just playing tight? Why am I gambling here? Why am I bluffing my money off?
Well, he kind of fell into that one, and the Russian let him. And that is the first big hit Leif has taken, and he's unsettled there a little bit.
Well, Vince, that widens the chip margin to 5.8 million to 600,000. So Alex Kuzmin way out in front right now.
All in.
He has gone all in with a king-4 here. He's just going to put a lot of pressure, and Leif has made the call with a jack down of clubs.
Well, I'm not fond of this play, Vince. To call your case 600 and some thousand with it, not so sure. I could see moving in with it, but not calling with it. Chances are you're going to be beat and have to get lucky. That's exactly the case right here.
Well, here we go. It is all on the line right now for Leif Force.
Yeah, flop comes queen 5-4 with 2 diamonds.
So Alex Kuzmin picks up the 4s. He's out in front.
Well, Leif knows he needs some help. He's got that little Pooh Bear of his that he says is good luck for him. It's in the middle of the table now, but he better put it to work here. Well, 3 of hearts on the turn. Leif Force must catch a jack or a 9.
It is all on the line right now.
The Russian just 1 card away from capturing a WPT title.
Well, it's a deuce of club, and that's going to make Alex Kuzmin the champion.
Well, Vince, Alex came to the final table as a chip leader. He lost about half his chips. He put the gear shift back in neutral. Changing gears paid off well for the Russian tonight.
Man, it has been topsy-turvy all night long for him. He got knocked down to the canvas. He was thrown off, but now he has come back and won a major title at Beau Rivage.
Runner-up to the Southern Poker Champion, Mr. Leif Force. Are you disappointed?
No comment.
No comment. All right, well, it looks like the Funshine Bear Care Bear ran out of luck, but he's still taking home $315,000. I read that you're going to give this money to your parents. Is that true?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a good thing. They taught you how to play poker?
Yeah, I learned from them and my grandparents when I was a little kid.
And here you are, 315,000 richer. Congratulations, Leif.
Appreciate it.
May all your cards be live and your pots be monster.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
In Los Angeles, two beautiful chess masters try to steal a high-stakes poker title. It might sound like a Hollywood movie, but not only is it true, it's happening tonight only on the WPT.
So let's get down to the action.
And there you see all 6 players within 200,000 of each other. That's something you see very rarely out here on the World Poker Tour. Well, everybody is so tightly bunched in chip count.
That is true, Mike. And let's talk about the antes. 5,000 blinds are 20 and 40, pretty expensive. And here we go. First to act, Damon Schramm. He folds his hand. Now George Rechnitzer.
He's got those suited cards you like to see flops with, but not him. Dan Heimiller going to limp in here with the Queen Jack.
Yes, he is. Now Davidi Kitai with a Jack-9. Won't play that mess.
And around to the chess master, Almira Skripchenko.
Yeah, kind of has a nothing hand. 8-4, won't play, but Dinara.
Another great chess player says, okay, let's have a flop here. She's got the King 5. And flops top pairs. It comes King 10-3. She needs right out in bed. And Dan Heimiller beats her in the pot.
Quick call by an open-ended Dan Heimiller, but he's not going to catch it there. 7 of spades on the turn. And Dinara's going to check that top pair.
Gonna give Heimiller the free draw to beat her.
Yeah, open-ended straight. Will he catch it?
Doesn't happen as the board pairs 7s.
Dinara's going to check the top pair, and Dan says no mas. The young lady from Montreal, Canada, taking down hand number 1 at the Commerce Casino.
Yeah, I think most pros in that spot with a Queen Jack in the cutoff would have raised pre-flop. Chances are Dan would have won the pot rather than lost it to the chess player, Dinara Khaziyeva.
What talent this young lady has put together, and now she's at a final table on the World Poker Tour. She's first to act in this hand. She has an attractive-looking King 10 of clubs.
Well, Vince, we've got a couple other great chess players in the poker world. Guys that have won WPT titles, like 2-time champ Howard Leder and Dan Harrington. Both good chess players.
Right now, this one with King 10 is going to raise, makes it 105,000 to go.
Yeah.
Into the 42-year-old from Indiana, Minnesota. He's going to fold.
You like to see her get aggressive under the gun. That's what she's doing.
Rechnitzer not going to play. And Heimiller also laying down his hand.
Davidi Kitai out as well, so around to the big blind. Now Almira's got the 10-9 suited, 10-9 of diamonds. She's going to make the call. So the women chess players are going to battle it out here.
Whoa.
King 10-9.
Both flop 2 pair. Almira quickly checks.
You're going to see castles and queens and rooks and bishops all thrown at each other right here, Vince, I can tell you.
Dinara with the top 2 pair can make the continuation bet 130,000.
Well, Almira going all in, and I don't blame her here. There's 2 hearts on the board, a possible straight out there.
All right. Good call.
Now she's made the call, and she's going to love it. As Almira turns up the bottom 2 pair, she's got the top 2 pair. Her opponent has 2 outs, as we say. Must catch a 9 to win this pot.
And look at this, Dinara has more chips. Got it covered.
So Almira about to get checkmated right out of here in 6th place.
Unless a miracle happens. Here we go with the turn. Dinara loving this situation. Here we go with 4th Street.
Oh, another on the turn. Oh. And there you see the shock look on Almira's face. She can't believe it. And there's a disappointed look, one of unbelievable anguish by Dinara.
That is an abomination for Dinara.
Now must catch a king or a 10 to win the pot. So an unbelievable draw out on the turn, 7 of diamonds on the river, and Almira is going to double up. And I can assure you, Dinara feels like she lost her queen and both rooks right there in an instant.
That is a complete nightmare for Dinara. But Almira Skripchenko now is the chip leader with that extreme luck. On we go. Damon Schramm from Minnesota not going to play this hand. Rechnitzer out. Dan Heimiller also folding. And now it's up to Davidi Kitai. Now he's going to let the girls battle it out again. And look who has a big hand.
No worries.
She's going all in.
Can't call.
Well, Dinara's pot committed. She's in the big blind. Only has one big blind left. So she would call any two cards here. Unfortunately, she's dominated as her opponent has ace-10. She has a 10 deuce. Let's see if she can get lucky.
Well, Brunson hand. Will she get lucky with it?
It seems like if there was any poker justice, she would get lucky here after the last hand.
Will Dinara run out of dinero? We will see. 5 cards to come.
Well, here comes a flop, an ace right in the door. As it comes ace, king, 8. Unfortunately, Dinara drawing dead to win as we saw Damon and George fold a 2. It could come queen jack where she could split this pot. That's her only hope to stay alive. Doesn't happen as the 6 comes off. So that is going to do it for the sweet lady from Montreal. She is going to finish in 6th place. But you talk about tough luck. Lost to a 2-outer when she would have been the dominant chip leader at this table.
That's Dinara's fiance, Emmanuel, in a state of shock as well. To get that kind of hand, get that tough beat.
Well, that's something you don't see from guys that bust each other.
And Mike, she has to walk away in 6th place. Rechnitzer at Commerce Casino Rounder folds his hand.
Dan Heimiller, pro player. Picks up ace-king, and he's going to raise it, makes it 100,000 to go.
Davidi going to fold his hand, and now it's on our chip leader.
Here's Steven again.
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Oh, this could be interesting. She's got a nice hand. No, she's going to lay down 5s. And now it's on the part-time model and lawyer.
Raise.
That's Damon Schramm, and he says raise with ace-10.
He's come over the top here. Going to make it 200,000 to go.
All in.
And quickly, Dan Heimiller goes all in.
Oh, you're going to send me home already?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
I got nothing for me at home. I got 3-day-old Chinese and a half a bottle of milk.
Oh, this could be a disaster for Damon, the 42-year-old from Minnesota.
Yeah, if you don't stick around, no free buffet.
This is a tough call to make. You're not really pot committed at this point. I think you can easily lay this down.
Well, you see how confident Dan looks about his hand, too. I think it should be an easy lay down with the tails of Dan Heimiller.
Call.
And he's made the call.
Yay. Pair?
Well, right now, the lawyer's case about to be closed if he doesn't get lucky here with the ace-10 against the ace-king.
The gavel has hit the lawyer's hand at this point. Heimiller got him wrapped up with ace-king over ace-10 with 5 cards to come. Here's the flop.
A king right on the flop as it comes king 9-6. Dan Heimiller sort of praying to the poker gods there, saying thank you for that flop. Now let me just avoid 2 running cards to make it straight. There you go. 5 comes up. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for Dan Heimiller. He doubles up.
Yes, he does, and that is going to put Damon Schramm on an extreme short stack.
So Damon is not out, but he is crippled, just as we saw Dinara was a moment ago.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
And look at this, he picks up the weapons of mass destruction. Pair of aces just like that.
Just doubled up the last hand and now picks up 2 aces the very next deal.
Makes it 80,000 to go. Davidi out. Our chip leader Almira also folding. Now it's on Damon Schramm.
I'll go on.
He's only got 100,000 in total. He's in the blind now, so he's going to put it in with the king 10 of clubs. Dan quickly calls him, and you can see the expression on the lawyers and part-time model's face there. Dan Heimiller can hardly hide his glee here. He's got a chance to bust a player right out of this tournament. Let's see if Damon can get lucky here.
Well, Damon's parents that came out here from Minnesota to watch him. Can he get lucky? Gets one of the kings.
King.
Well, pretty good flop for him as it comes king 9-8.
10 or king. 10 or king.
To the turn we go.
It's a 6. This gives him a
7.
straight draw. He now needs a king, a 10, or a 7 to win this pot. Otherwise, it'll be case closed for the lawyer.
Down to the river. No, another 6 on the board.
So that's going to do it for the likable lawyer from Minnesota, Damon Schramm.
Yeah, his mom and dad in the audience made the trip to Minnesota to see their son Damon play. That is a big effort for the lawyer and model.
Well, Vic, you'd have to say the model fell off the runway tonight, out in 5th place.
Chicken dinner, yeah.
All right, action on Dan Heimiller. He's going to raise with a pair of 8s, makes it 120 to go. Davidi folding.
Around to Almira. She looks down at ace-queen. These are the two big chip leaders that have hands here. Will the two chip leaders clash here?
Yep, the chess champ pondering this decision.
A re-raise.
Oh, she's going to re-raise.
She does come over the top. Let's see how much that's going to be. It is a healthy re-raise.
Good raise.
Up to 480,000.
George Rechnitzer, who plays a lot at the Commerce Casino, hasn't played a hand here tonight, folds.
And I think Dan knows she's going to be pot committed, meaning if he comes over the top, moves all in, she's going to call. So he also knows he's probably at best going to be in a race situation. But Heimiller going to fold here. Just wants to wait for a better spot to put his chips in there. Doesn't want to race for all the money.
I was counting how many chips I'd have left after we went all in because I have a little bit more.
Okay, back to this hand. The blinds are going up to 25 and 50.
Action's on our chip leader, Almira. She looks down at Jack-8 offsuit and folds.
Yeah, George Rechnitzer not going to play, but Dan Heimiller with an ace-7 of clubs just calling.
He actually just called before the flop.
Davidi Kitai now with Jack-9, no raise by him. Here's the flop. And it's a nice one for Heimiller, hitting aces.
Heimiller continuing to camouflage the fact he's got an ace in his hand by checking the flop.
Davidi not going to bet behind him. He checks as well. And on the turn, Heimiller hitting 3 of a kind, going to trap.
And he keeps trying to throw this guy rope, but the guy's not grabbing it.
No.
A 7 comes off. Heimiller with a full house here. Aces full of 7s.
I check.
Checks again.
Okay, queen eye is good.
What?
Queen eye is good.
I have a little bit better than that.
Well, the opponent tells him queen high is good.
Wow.
Well, it just shows you, folks, all trappers don't wear fur hats.
You could use one.
He checked so quickly on the turn. I was sure that you had trips.
Don't wise up the suckers.
So much for your legendary, thin value bet.
Almira with a little trash talk there. We're down to 4 players here right now. Look at this, Almira Skripchenko. We're going to push chips in. You have the local LA guy, George folding.
Dan Heimiller picks up 2 queens.
What a hand for Heimiller. Former finalist at the WPT at Borgata, season 8.
Raised 200,000.
And he's going to bump it with his queens. 320 to go. Davidi from Belgium going away. Almira was the champion of the world at 16 and under, the European champion in chess, and now she's playing poker.
She's been a 4-time European chess champion, be a French champion as well. And right now makes the good laydown with the queen jack there, and Dan Heimiller is now the chip leader.
Oh, it seemed close. Looked like you were thinking about it.
I don't know, it's like...
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Back to the table here. Davidi from Belgium folding his hand.
Raise.
And now the chess champ, Almira Skripchenko with the ace-9 of clubs.
She's going to raise it up, makes it 120,000 to go.
All right, now George Rechnitzer on auto muck, folds his hand.
300,000 total.
But Dan Heimiller with pair of 8s, a nice mid-pair, going to raise.
That's the only player that can break her at the table. And when you get raised by somebody that's got more chips than you and you're looking down at an ace-9, it just doesn't look that big anymore. She's going to throw it away. So Heimiller picking up the pot with a nice re-raise.
Dan Heimiller extends his chip lead. 4 players remain. Going after the WPT Invitational title. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour. Back to the felt, a couple folds around to Heimiller. Looks down at a queen deuce of clubs.
Well, he's in the small blind. He's going to raise it up here.
Makes it 130,000 to go.
And right behind him, Davidi Kitai.
I go all in.
Who hasn't played a pot yet at this final table, moving all in with ace-9 right over the top of Dan Heimiller.
Davidi playing tight so far. He's a World Series bracelet winner.
You don't think I would raise with a good hand?
And now he's aggressive, pushes in, Heimiller out.
Now, Vince, I've seen monogram cuffs before. I've never seen a monogram sleeve before. She's got the hooded sweatshirt with his name on the sleeve.
Well, it's kind of like a sports star. You know, they have their names on the back of the uniform.
Well, the hooded sweatshirt became famous when Phil Locke won this exact tournament years ago.
All right, back down to the money pit. Dan Heimiller with an ace-7 this time. Gonna raise, makes it 130.
I'm all in.
But look at this. Davidi says all in with just 9-10 of clubs.
Well, it worked last time against Dan Heimiller, but I don't know about this time.
Almira and George out.
I know he saw me race a couple times in a row, but
he's been known to take plenty of gambles in his poker career, no doubt about it.
Handball. I'll still have a hand this time too.
Take a shot. He'd be the favorite.
Okay.
To knock out the Belgian player.
Lucky I don't have a good enough. Just lucky I don't have a good enough hand.
But no, he's gonna muck.
Ace.
Well, he does lay it down. So another bold all-in play by Davidi works for him.
Davidi, the poker pro, out of Anvers, Belgium. Nicely done. Welcome back to the WPT Invitational. 4 players remain going after this title here tonight.
There you see Dan Heimiller well out in front with over 2 million in chips. This is Dan's second WPT final table. He's looking for his first WPT title.
Yeah, what a player. Used to be a cab driver in Vegas. Now he's playing in the big time. This time a pair of 7s, gonna raise with it. Makes it 120,000 to go.
Right behind him, Davidi Kitai looks down at ace-queen. Big hand.
He's a World Series bracelet winner.
I go all in.
He's gonna push with this. All in. Almira goes away. George out.
So little to lose. So little to lose.
He's got over twice as many chips. I just can't see him laying this hand down here.
I guess I have to call. I call.
And he's gonna call it.
Exactly right. You might not like it, but you have to call it. You gotta hope he's got the overcard where you're in a race situation. If Dan Heimiller wins this race, he'll be the monster chip leader with 3 players left. If Davidi wins it, he'll be the chip leader.
Hello. Yeah, there's Davidi's friends rooting him on ringside. Davidi love to get lucky here and double up. Here comes the flop.
Well, an ace right on the flop. Davidi is taking the lead with 2 aces.
How do you like that? Oh, nice hit for the Belgian. A couple more cards to come.
Now the king comes off on the turn, so Heimiller must catch a 7 on the river to win this pot.
Just a 2-outer. Can he do it? No, a queen of diamonds on the river. Heimiller sits back down.
So just that quick, Heimiller loses half his stack, and Davidi is now the chip leader with 4 players left.
To the delight of his friends, Davidi from Belgium, making it happen there.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With 0 tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
All right, well, the antes will start out at 10,000. Blinds are 30 and 60 at this point. And as you can see, the chip leader is Davidi Kitai for the Belgian with over 2.2 million.
Yep, as you can see, we've got Belgium, France, and 2 from the U.S. fighting it out for this title.
All right, action's going to go down to the local rounder, George Rechnitzer.
Well, he's on the extreme short stack, less than 10 big blinds. Oh, and he's got the queen jack of spade, but just limps in, does not raise with this hand.
Dan Heimiller.
Dan looks down at the ace high. Dan's a pro player. Understands that when people limp in, most of the time they got those middle suited connectors. He's got the ace high. He's going to raise it up to 170,000.
Dan, a former taxi driver out of Vegas, puts the meter on here. Davidi out. Now the chess champ, Almira.
He's a four-time European chess champion. She folds. Back to George.
Will he be curious, George, and call this? Yes, he is curious, and he does call it.
Well, he does make the call, so we're going to see a flop here. Well, it's ace, king, jack.
Uh-oh. Look at this. It's jacks for George, and of course aces for Dan, but George he's putting in all his chips. He's gone all in.
Well, that could do it for George Rechnitzer here. Dan Heimiller's got the two aces. Can't imagine he can lay this down. You're not going to put your opponent on a big ace. He'd have moved all in before the flop. Got a call here, but Dan Heimiller folds this hand.
Let's go. Take it down.
Vince, I am in shock that a pro player would fold aces the way the betting went before the flop in this hand. Unbelievable.
Dan giving too much credit to George. George, take it down that pot.
Well, I'm shocked by that.
Stay with us. We're coming back with more action from the WPT Invitational in just a moment. Welcome back to the WPT. The beautiful Royal Flush girls enjoying our event.
Well, this is the most fun event on the World Poker Tour. The top players love playing with the Hollywood celebrities and vice versa. Just a great, great fun event that raised good money for charity.
I'm all in.
The chip leader Davidi from Belgium has gone all in with a junk hand, just 7-5. Almira out.
Yeah, George Rechnitzer in the small blind looks down at ace, queen of diamonds, and then certainly with his chip stack, you got to ship it here. It looks like he's got a migraine headache here, but I don't know why. This is an insta-call in my mind.
I can't believe it. He's going to fold the hand.
Well, I'm in shock.
Heimiller also going out.
It just amazes me. In the previous hand, we were critical of Dan Heimiller for folding two aces when it come ace, king, jack. Here's a case that I can't believe a guy would fold ace, queen suited in this situation on the short stack.
Bad laydown.
I mean, folks, if you want to give yourself any chance to win in a four-handed poker game, you got to play this hand, especially when you don't have many chips and got a chance to get some.
Well, he just said bad lay down, and he is correct. He is tighter than my hamstrings, Mike.
I think Bad's giving himself the benefit of the doubt.
All right, back to the felt we go. Back on George, and he's disgusted. He mucks his hand this time. And Dan Heimiller with a king 10, just calling with the button.
Well, limping in on the button.
But maybe it's a smart thing because Davidi with a pair of kings.
Well, the last hand, we saw Davidi push him around with nothing when he had a 7-5 offsuit. Here he picks up two kings, puts on the sunglasses. Always a sign a guy's going to play the pot.
Never is.
And he is going to raise it. Makes it 190,000 to go.
Now the chess champ, Almira. No, she's going to muck.
I'm going to give up.
Well, Dan Heimiller gives up, and wisely so.
Davidi Kitai from Belgium, the 31-year-old poker pro, on a little rush right now.
Well, man, she's just sort of slapping the table around right now. He can see that all three of these players have about the same amount of chips. They're all looking to last and move up, so he's going to take advantage of it. That time he had a hand. The previous time he didn't, yet he won both pots.
On to the next hand. Couple folds, Dan and Davidi, and now Almira. Oh, she says all in with just king 6. And look who wakes up with ace queen again. It's George.
Oh, cool.
Well, this time he is going to call with it.
Yeah, he's going to like it.
Almira not liking it here. Well, the four-time European chess champion could be checkmated right here.
Ace in the window.
George has just a few more chips than she does. So if his ace-queen holds up, that'll do it for the lovely lady from France.
Yeah, maybe George knows what he's doing.
The flop comes 7-7-4 with two clubs. Great flop for George. He's got the best hand and the best draw. But remember, Almira outdrew her opponent early on at this final table when she hit a two-outer on the turn to win it. Once again, she is up against it here. She is going to need big luck to win this pot to stay alive. Oh, the king of diamonds comes off. She has done it. She has taken the lead here. George must now catch an ace or a club to win this pot, or he's going to be down less than the small blind.
Down to the river we go. Can he catch his flush or an ace?
Nope. Queen of Hearts comes off. Unbelievable. Almira makes a miracle draw to stay alive in this tournament. Once again, lightning strikes for the French chess player.
Well, maybe George knows about playing ace-queen. It's just not his hand. This one backfires in a big way.
He got very unlucky this time. And how many times in poker, when you misplay one hand, does the next hand you play you get unlucky on? That's what happened to George here.
Look at him. He's like death warmed over right now. He's down to his last piddly 30,000 as we continue.
I'm all in.
Well, he's all in the small blind.
Action's going to Davidi, our chip leader from Belgium. Davidi out.
Raise.
And here's Almira.
She's got the ace-9.
Of course, George, disgusted, is in. She's raised to 150. And now Dan Heimiller. Oh, he has a pair of 10s here.
Call.
But he just calls.
Just calls. I'm a little surprised at that. Oh, Vince, I think you got to ship it here with 2 10s.
He doesn't want to knock out the other action, wants to move up a little bit in prize money. But here we go.
Might have done the right thing as an ace comes off on the flop. It comes ace,
like
king,
that.
6. And Dan's going to check. Almira moves all in with the top pair.
Heimiller. And look at his hand again, and no, he's going to fold. So the local, the commerce player, the rounder from LA, George Rechnitzer, in a lot of trouble as he gets up.
Well, he's got to hit 2 runners, Vince. Combination of 2 5s and 4s or 2 running cards to make a straight. But as you said, he's out of chair. The jacket's going on. He knows it's probably bye-bye birdie for him.
Let's see on the turn.
Well, an ace comes off, so that's going to do it for the local George Rechnitzer. He is going to be out in 4th place.
Yeah, it was George's first time ever WPT event. He's got to be proud. A good sport as he hugs Almira.
He hugs her, but I think he's going to go off and kick himself for not playing the ace-queen of diamond early.
We're down to 3 players. This is getting exciting.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Kitai is our chip leader with 2.6 million, and he has a 9-8.
Raise.
And he's raising it up.
That makes it 150,000 to go on the button.
At the chess champ, Almira.
Call.
Got a call with a king-jack.
She's in the small blind now. Dan Heimiller.
All in.
He's chosen a more aggressive play, the all-in bet here.
Davidi with a situation. He's got a 9-8. It's about 380 more to call.
But he's still got Almira sitting on his left.
Certainly does.
So he's going to invite her into the pot if he just calls, and possibly she can move all in and shut him out of the pot.
The man from Belgium has called. Almira out.
Got a big hand, huh?
No.
They turn up the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I folded king jack.
Oh, Dan doesn't want to hear that.
He has the best hand right now with just the king high.
Yeah, he's got a chance of doubling up. Here we go, 9-8 versus king jack.
Well, an 8 right in the doors. It comes 8-4 deuce.
Unbelievable.
Davidi has out-flopped him. He's in front now with the 2 8s.
That is a thing of beauty for Davidi. 8s in front. Turn card coming up. Well, it's a 10 of hearts now. That gives 4 hearts there for Dan.
Still in the lead. Card for Dan Heimiller. He can now catch a king, a jack, or a heart to win this pot. And the ace of hearts comes off. Oh! Dan Heimiller clapping. He made the best hand possible.
Oh, my.
The ace-king flush. Knows he was lucky to get 2 runners to win it after that flop.
The former taxi driver finds a wallet in the back. First to act, the blinds are going up to 40 and 80,000. And right now, Dan, with the button, he has just a 6-4. What is he thinking here?
He's thinking he just won the last pot. And so I guess he thinks momentum's on his side. He's going to try to raise it here with 6-4 offsuit.
Davidi folds.
No one.
But look at this, Almira going all in with just ace-6.
She's played very conservative so far all night long, but picked a great spot to move over the top and all in.
Damn it.
Obviously, she must have a pretty good read on Dan Heimiller.
Stop facing light. The hand.
Earlier at this final table, she said, I knew you had an ace in your hand when you were trying to camouflage it. Well, obviously, right there, she knew he didn't have anything in his hand.
All right, cards being dealt. Almira first to play. No, she's going to muck. And right now, Dan going to push with queen 5. Now, Davidi has a king 6 of diamonds. Can he make this call? Possibly.
Okay, cool.
Wow. Davidi called here with a king 6. Folks, it's a 770,000 all-in bet by Dan Heimiller. And I am surprised that the chip lead would jeopardize that many chips. However, he is out in front and has the best hand. Vince, wow. To put in 770,000 in that spot.
Well, maybe just suspected it was just an over-raise.
All right, that's the hand I was hoping you'd throw away.
Wow, what a call by Davidi. Let's see if the king high stands up.
They got a read on Dan. Last couple of hands, but here we go. Anything can happen on the flop.
A king comes right on the flop. So Dan Heimiller is going to have a lot of help to stay alive in this tournament. So Dan Heimiller is going to have to catch 2 runners, as we say, to win this pot. He is up against it right now.
Two runners. Need 2 runners.
That doesn't get it as the 6 comes off.
Yeah, that's kings and 6s for Davidi, and that's going to do it for Dan Heimiller. The former taxi driver driving off the cliff here at the Commerce Casino.
Yes, I got to tell you, I could have never called a $770,000 bet with a king 6. Like Davidi did there, but his timing's perfect. Dan Heimiller out in 3rd place.
Hugs around the table. They know they're going into a heads-up battle.
Out in 3rd place. A bit of a roller coaster ride tonight. How was it?
It doesn't feel so hot right now. Last hand was a little difficult. I don't think I can remember any mistakes. Maybe the last one. I could have tossed it.
Oh, I'm confused. Is that Davidi or is that Hank Azaria in Along Came Polly? They're the same person.
Well, Davidi Kitai has about a 2-to-1 chip lead. He's got $3 million in chips. Almira Skripchenko starting out with $1,450,000 in chips.
A race.
Okay, with ace-6, Davidi gonna move the chips in. Makes it 210,000 to go.
Call.
Almira with a nice hand, queen 10, is gonna make the call.
Well, ace high, good hand playing heads up poker. Davidi knows it. He raised, but she's looking him up with the queen 10. And flop comes 9, 6 deuce, 2 clubs. She's going to check.
Yep. Davidi gets a piece of that pair of 6s. Looks like he's going to make the continuation bet with the 6s, 150,000.
Well, not a big pot into a pot that's got 440,000 in it, but enough to get the job done.
Yep, Almira neatly goes away.
So Davidi extends his chip lead. He has a World Series of Poker bracelet to his credit, trying to add a WPT title to his resume.
Almira this time with a king 7. And the button not going to raise, just calling. And Davidi likes that. When you have a nothing hand like that, to see a flop, he only has a 9 deuce. Here we go.
Now flop comes queen 9-4.
Davidi hits 9s. Almira hits nothing. They both check. Turn card coming up.
Jack of diamonds comes off.
Davidi first to act, checks his 9s once again.
Look at this. She is going to bluff at this pot with just a king high. Bets 140,000. Davidi lays his 9s down.
Yes, Almira has some game there. Betting when she doesn't hit.
Well, I think Davidi should have bet on the flop there. Find out where he's at. Probably would have won that pot rather than lost it. But give her credit for making a nice move on the turn to pick up the pot.
Well, this is a World Series winner. Davidi, very tough player from Belgium.
Race.
Can he manhandle Almira? This time he's going to try to do just that. He has raised, and Almira can't take the heat.
Well, Almira Skripchenko has a whole house full of chess trophies. I do think poker and chess have some similarities, Vince, because in chess, you're constantly thinking about moves way down the road, and in poker, you should be thinking about not only what you're going to do on this street, But what you're going to do in the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Don't go too advanced on me there, Mike. All right, I'm just trying to keep up.
I'm trying to act like a smart chess player now, please.
All right. Davidi way out in front with 3.2 million, but Almira now with a pair of sevens. Her turn to strike. She's moved it up to 190,000. Davidi looks down at a king, 5 of hearts.
Well, we know the success he had with king 6 of diamonds against Dan Heimiller. When Heimiller moved all in, they called him.
I go all in.
Wow, he goes all in. A quick call by Almira.
Well, she is in great shape. About a 2-to-1 favorite as the cards lie to double up here and take the chip lead.
Well, they shake hands, 2 friends, the master and the apprentice.
Well, Vince, I thought he got lucky when, in my view, made a mistake by calling Dan Heimiller with a king 6. Here he's moved all in with a king 5. It could come back to bite him, especially as a 7 comes on the flop. She's hit the slot machine, 3 sevens.
Jack of hearts.
Oh, what a thing of beauty for Almira.
Jack of hearts.
He's going to need 2 runners to make a straight or a flush to win this hand.
Come on.
And that's going to wrap it up. Almira's going to take down a good one.
Almira has doubled up, and she has taken the lead.
Nice.
One woman in the history of the World Poker Tour has taken a title. It was Van Wyn when she won this tournament a few years back. Almira trying to become the 2nd woman to win this same event.
And the blinds are going up to 50 and 100,000.
Right now, our current chip leader is the chess player from France, Almira Skripchenko. She's got about 2.8 million. Davidi Kitai from Belgium with about 1.7 million.
Race.
Action going to Davidi with the button. He's going to make it 240,000 with the queen deuce. And Almira's going to call with a 6-5.
She calls out of position with the 6 high. Let's see what happens. Here comes the flop. It's 9-3 deuce.
Davidi hitting deuces.
But she's leading out and betting with a gut shot straight draw.
She's going to bet 220.
And he calls her with bottom pair. This guy's got some gamble to him. You got to say that. Now a queen comes off.
Gives him 2 pair. Chess champ slows down. She checks.
Potential flush on the board now, so he checks, leery that she could have been on a flush draw.
Down to the river we go. Almira now hitting a pair of 5s, could get into a little trouble, but she's going to check.
So he's going to put a heavy bet out there of 400,000.
Cool.
Oh boy, she's called.
Well, I don't know why she's calling here exactly. If he had 2 deuces or 2 threes, he'd probably check there. He could have a flush, he could have a straight. All she had was 2 5s. So very peculiarly, in my mind, why she would pay that off.
Well, she paid off the master. Davidi, the World Series champ, takes down that pot. Back to the next one. Almira this time with a 7-5.
Raise.
You know what? You got to appreciate her aggressiveness. She's going to raise. Makes this 240,000. And Davidi can't take the heat. He folds the hand. A couple years ago at the 2009 World Series No Limit Hold'em game, $2,000 buy-in. She did make a final table, so she's got some credits.
Well, Davidi's made 3 World Series of Poker final tables, including winning a bracelet at one of them.
Well, this time he's got an 8-7, and he's just going to call it. And Almira not going to raise with a 9-10. Here we go to the flop.
Yeah, flop comes queen 9-5.
Almira picking up 9s, but going to check. And Davidi with a inside straight draw. That's about it. He's going to bet 100,000.
Yep, he's got the gut shot draw, just trying to pick up the pot right here. But she calls him with the 2 9s. Oh, the 6 comes off the dream card for Davidi. He has made the straight. Right now, it's the best hand possible.
The chess champ checks. And the man from Brussels sticking out a bet with the straight, 240,000. Oh, she's going to call. It looks like, yep.
Well, she's drawing dead here. No card she can catch to win this pot. All she can do is catch one to get herself in more trouble.
Checking back to say, do I really have this? River card.
When the 9 comes up, a nightmare card for Almira, because to her looks like probably the best card she can get, and as it is, it may be the worst because she was drawing dead.
Wow, she checks it. A double-fisted 640,000 going out there.
Davidi, I call. I have a 9.
And she does make the call.
Straight.
And she's going to hate it. Oh, that's like taking the queen out on the chessboard. And right there, we got a new chip leader. Davidi has come back. He has taken the new chip.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, a lot of women have had great success out here on the World Poker Tour at final tables.
The heads-up battle continues, and tonight we may have another woman that takes down the WPT title, Almira Skripchenko, in a tight battle here. She's got about 1.5 million up against Davidi Kitai, who has close to 3 million. Blinds are up to 60 and 120.
Well, Van Wyn won this exact tournament like Almira is trying to do.
Cool.
Here she's got the 10-8 of spade, limps in on the button.
All in.
And Davidi with a king 9, going to put the pressure on, says all in.
Just shuts her out of taking a flop by moving all in.
Nicely done by the 31-year-old poker pro, Davidi Kitai. He and Almira are good friends.
Well, you know she'd like to switch to chess right now. That's not the game we're playing tonight. It's poker.
This time Davidi looks down at a queen 3 of hearts.
I go all in.
Then he says all in.
Wow.
I call.
She's called him with the ace high. And Vince, if she wins this pot, she'll be the new chip leader in this heads-up battle.
Yeah, she's as cool as ice, makes a nice call with ace deuce. And she's a favorite now, at least to double up to become the new chip leader again.
Well, in my view, Davidi's been very aggressive tonight. Made gambling plays with king 6, king 5, and here he's moved all in with the queen 3. Let's see if he can get lucky. As the cards lie, she's about a 2-to-1 favorite to win this pot.
Oh, I see an ace right there. That's great for Almira. She hits her aces, and Davidi hits a pair of 3s.
Now, Davidi's going to have to catch a queen or a 3 or 2 running cards to make a straight or a flush. Otherwise, she's going to double up and be the chip leader. Oh, a queen comes off on the turn. He's taking the lead. Unbelievable. She now must catch an ace, a jack, or a deuce.
What a sickening turn card for Almira.
It's just like her queen and 2 rooks jumped off the board.
Now she needs to suck out. River card coming up. Title at hand.
Well, a king, that's going to do it. The Belgian is going to take this title. So Vince's aggressive play with those marginal hands has paid off for the Belgian. He captures this WPT title.
Thank you, Deville.
Mais je sais, mais c'est pour ça que je suis obligée de payer.
We have a champion of the WPT Invitational, Davidi Kitai. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Which has a very good field, and then overall I made it to the final. Individually, if I've lost, I've learned a very important lesson, so never to give up. I will be back.
And here's the champion of the WPT Invitational from Belgium, Davidi Kitai.